Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Life with Patty. So this morning I'm coming to you with a fun little challenge slash game that we played at work today. Even my boss partaked in this, the owner of the store. Anyways, so what we did was we said, you have $10 and you have 1 day till payday. So it's Sunday and you get paid on Monday and you only have $10 and you have no groceries whatsoever, nothing. Just like I did with my $30 challenge. You don't have any condiments, you don't have anything, and you want to make dinner for you and your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other, whatever. So you're going to feed yourself and one other person. You only have $10 to work with. What are you going to have for dinner? So I did not partake in it. I was just doing all the interviewing of it. And we went on to Walmart pickup delivery to get our prices. So some prices aren't exact. If they said they wanted 2 potatoes, of course you don't have that option on pickup delivery. You would have to do like the 5-pound bag. So we would just split it in half for what half of the bag would cost. So some things are just estimate. Now let me tell you folks, there is no right or wrong to this. The employees, all my coworkers had fun doing this. So you know, the comments like, I could do cheaper with this, or I could do better with this, or I would never eat that, or that's not a real dinner. To them it is, okay? So they put this together to be their dinner for them and one other person. And we're going to start with the person that spent the most and go all the way down to the person that spent the least, okay? Some of these folks that played have had tight budgets in their life, and some of these that played have never had to have a budget in their life. So we're going to start out with Christine. She said she spent $7.40, and she said that they're going to have hot dogs on buns with some chips for a side dish, and she's gonna have mayo and barbecue sauce. That's what they have on their hot dogs, and she spent $7.40, and she wanted to know if she could go buy some $2 chuck with the last with the last $2.60. She was like, can I go get a cheap bottle of wine to go with that? I'm like, well, you got $10 if you want to wing it on that. So anyway, so she spent the most on her meal. And it was cute because she said, wow, you can get hot dogs for 88 cents. The ones I get are like $3.98. So Christine has never been on a budget, okay? But she had fun, and she was a great to play along with us with the game. Okay, the next up was Frank, who is my boss. He spent $7.30. And he said that for he and his wife, they would each get 1 big russet potato. They would each get a chicken breast with no seasonings, no condiments on it, just 2 grilled chicken breasts and a whole head of broccoli. And he spent $7.30. Hold on a minute, please. Okay, so Frank spent $7.30. And he said that he had real food that was going to fill him up. So he did a great job. He stayed under $10. The next up was Rachel, and she spent $7.20. So you can see 20, 30, and 40. Those 3 were really close. And Rachel had hamburgers. She bought a pound of hamburger. She got hamburger buns. She also wanted some chips as a side dish, and she wanted ketchup and mustard. So the Walmart prices, she spent $7.20. So she stayed under $10. All right, next up was Lilia. And Lilia spent $6.68. And she was going to make potato, I hope I can say this right, potato flautas. And so she had to buy potatoes, cheese, tortillas, and a little bit of oil to fry it, but she had to buy a whole container of oil. And she said that she could make 12 flautas if she wanted for her and her son, and she spent $6.68. Next up was Jasmine, and she spent $6.60. She's having sloppy joes, so she had to buy the hamburger, the buns, the sloppy joe mixture to go in it, and she wanted some cheese on there. I said, do you want a side dish? She's like, heck no, we're broke. That's all we're getting. So really, with the pound of hamburgers, she could probably make 4 of those hamburgers and the little, 88-cent hamburgers you get. So she could have 1 or 2 and her husband could have 2. So she spent $6.60. Next up was Abby. Now I want to tell you, Abby is only 17 years old, but she goes shopping with her mom and pays attention. She's going to make pesto Alfredo with broccoli. And so she's buying her package of pasta, some Alfredo sauce in the jar. She's buying some fresh broccoli, and she bought a loaf of French bread with no butter on it, but she says she likes French bread. And she spent $6.32. So that was really impressive for a 17-year-old to budget that well. Next up was Rosanna with spaghetti, and she made her, of course, she bought her pasta, her hamburger, a jar of spaghetti sauce, and she added an onion, and she added a clove of, well, she paid for a whole clove of garlic. So, well, there's a clove in it. What's it called? A bulk of 1 piece of garlic, but you break off the cloves. I don't know what the whole clove. So, and it cost her $5.80 to make that spaghetti. And she didn't want a side with it, just spaghetti. Esmeralda came in second to the cheapest with chorizo and eggs, and she wanted some jalapenos on there and her tortillas. So she bought the chorizo, the eggs, the jalapenos, and the tortillas, and her meal came to $4.25. And I have to agree with her. She doesn't need a side on that, because if you mix a whole tube of chorizo and the eggs, you can use a dozen eggs, and her tortillas, they will be full for sure. And she spent $4.25. And coming in first place is a Miss Kylie, and she said that she was taking 3 packages of the top ramen noodle soup. She was going to grill up 1 chicken breast and cut it up, drain the top ramen noodle soup, add the chicken breast and the seasoning packets that you get in your mixture, because she was going to buy salt and pepper. She forgot that she didn't need salt and pepper because she has the seasoning packets. And that was dinner, and her meal for her and her boyfriend was $2.96. And my boss Frank said he doesn't ever want to be deserted on a island with Kylie because he doesn't want to eat her food. But anyways, so it was fun. We had a good time. Kylie came in the cheapest at $2.96, and Christine came in the most expensive at $7.40. So leave me a comment below in the comments. What's the cheapest dinner you have ever made? So I had a customer walk in, but the girl said she didn't count because she's not an employee there. But she said when they were first married, her and her husband first married and had 2 kids, and they were super, super broke. And she said they were lucky if they ate meat once a week, and it was either hot dogs or bologna. But she said that sometimes they were so broke, she bought a package of hamburger buns and a package of margarine, or a tub of margarine, and she grilled her hamburger buns on the barbecuer and spread some margarine on there and smushed it together, and it was called a nothing sandwich. And she said that that's what they have for dinner. Her husband, and her 2 kids would have hamburger buns with margarine on them. And she said they are delicious. And she also told me that she used to take top ramen noodle soup, and she would cook it and then drain it, slice up 2 hot dogs in there, and put a squirt of ketchup and call it secret sauce. And her son said he was so disappointed when he found out that secret sauce was just ketchup, because they loved it growing up. So it just goes to show you, if you're on a tight budget, you can make do. Might not be that great or exciting, but her son is a grown man, a fireman now, and he says he looks at those meals and says he loved those meals growing up as a kid. So All right, this was fun. Leave me a comment of a really inexpensive meal that you can get by with for 2 people for $10 or less. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.